Sometimes making French progress happen seems like such a slog, such a marathon. One of the best ways, if not the best way, of making it happen on autopilot is by combining it with something you already do in English for pleasure. Now, we all like relaxing in front of a good TV series, right? Something we can really get into and watch episode after episode. So that's why in this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 French Netflix shows so that you can make that French progress on autopilot. And stick around until the end because I'll be giving you my top tips for how to make the most of this activity and go further with your learning once you've built the habit of simply watching the TV shows. Because in the beginning, watching something in French can be uncomfortable. Du coup, si vous êtes prêts, allez, c'est parti. Alors, counting down from numéro 5, we have Plan Cœur. Plan Cœur, or the English title is The Hookup Plan. I'm much more a fan of the French title. Now, Plan Cœur is all about a group of mid-20-somethings who try to help their best friend find love. Plan Cœur. It comes from the expression plan cul, which is a one-night stand, and they've done a play on that with Plan Cœur, the heart plan. It's cheesy, it's funny, it's romantic, it's dramatic, and it's set in modern-day Paris. So there's a lot of great vocabulary, including slang, to pick up along the way. It's a roller coaster, and it took me a little while to get into it, but once I did, I found it really endearing and enjoyable to watch. And there's plenty of episodes to get through, so you'll be entertained for a little while. Numéro 4 is one that I wish I could put higher up on my list, but as you'll see later, the other ones just simply have to go above it. It is Drole. Drole, funny, and the English title is, for some reason, Standing Up. Because this is a show all about up-and-coming stand-up comedians trying to make it work for them in Paris, whilst also navigating the different avenues of life, such as relationships. The word I would use to describe this show best is authentic. I felt like the characters were so real, so likable, so relatable. Even if I am not a stand-up comedian, I could really appreciate the work they have to put in to make a good life in Paris. You have 4 main characters, all from different ethnic backgrounds, all from different social classes, so you get to see a little slice of what it's like to be a Parisian from different backgrounds in the modern era. I would say the only negative to this one is that there's only 1 season because it did get cancelled by Netflix. Netflix, cancelling all the good shows. But yeah, something you can watch time and time again. I've already watched it 2 or 3 times. Numéro 3 is Lupin. Lupin, with Omar Sy, named after the character in the famous series of novels about Arsène Lupin, the gentleman cambrioleur, the gentleman thief, gentleman robber. Set in modern day Paris most of the time, but they do a couple episodes outside of Paris, and it's a hell of a lot of fun, very, very entertaining, light-hearted, but also dramatic. Got lots of action, as you can imagine, with Lupin, played by Omar Sy, staging a lot of heists. Again, you get a lot of everyday language, a lot of français familier, some slang, as is just the norm in everyday speech. And there's a lot of social themes in there to help you understand more about some of the situations happening in modern day France between people from different backgrounds. Really fantastic, and as it stands, there are 3 seasons, so lots to get your teeth stuck into. Numéro 2 is L'Agence, or in English, the Parisian Agency. Now, I've never been someone to get too much into property shows, but this one, I think because of the family aspect, really hooks you and makes you want to come back to watch more episodes. It is set around the lives of a Parisian family called the Kreutz or Kreutz family, and they are in the luxury real estate business, and they all work together. They even get the grandmother involved. It's really fun. You get to see the business side of it and you get to see the human side of it, and I think it's super authentic, really real. There is fast-paced but also slowed down dialogue because they talk between each other when it's more difficult, and they talk to camera because it's a reality TV show, so it's a bit easier to handle. So you get that lovely mix, and yeah, it works really well. This could have been the number 1 on my list if it was not for the reputation of the show I have at number 1. So you are wondering, what is my number one choice? What is numéro un? Well, of course, it is 10%. 10%. How could I not put this at number one on my list? If you have not seen it, have not heard of it, get into it. Hopefully you will absolutely love it. There are, I think, 4 seasons to get through with a lot of episodes in each season. So you'll be watching this for quite a while and hopefully be extremely entertained as I was. It's called Call My Agent in English. I much prefer the 10%. It's called that because the agents take 10% of the fee that their client gets when they get cast in a role. So it's about a talent agency in Paris, and you get cameos from famous French-speaking actors and actresses in each episode. So try and spot the ones that you recognize, and you'll learn plenty about French cinema and French actors and actresses as you watch the episode. So it's a great way to learn more about the culture in France. They do speak extremely fast, but it's basically the same speed as in the other shows. And remember, you're watching it because you're enjoying the content, you're enjoying the themes, you're enjoying it for the story and the character development. So yeah, it's a great way to practice your comprehension with witty, industry-focused conversations. Voilà, so I love all of these shows, but I can only put one at number one, and 10% because of how long it ran for, because of its reputation as a show for people learning French for some reason. And I think it's because it's just so goddamn entertaining that you should definitely check it out and watch and rewatch until you're bored with it. Now, the most important thing that you take away from this video is not the list of TV shows. It is your mindset when you go into watching these TV shows, because you will find that they do speak incredibly quickly. You might think, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to be able to understand people in real life without subtitles? How am I going to be able to respond to them? So the first step for you, my friend, mon ami, is to just get into the habit of watching these shows with subtitles, without subtitles. Take 45 minutes to watch a 45-minute episode, take 3 days to watch a 45-minute episode. The more you can just make it feel like something you're doing for fun, like you would watch one of your shows in English, the more the habit will develop. And because you're immersing your ears and your eyes in real French, you're going to progress, and that progress is going to happen on autopilot. So the first most important thing to take away is to build the habit of watching shows with no stress. Just watch it for the show. I hope that you find the premises of these shows interesting, because that's what's going to lure you in and keep you watching. Okay, so that's the first thing, build the habit. The next thing, if you want to go further with these shows, you can make the process of watching an episode much more interactive, and the more you repeat exposure to this vocabulary, to the way people speak, the faster you're going to embed that vocabulary and the grammar and everything else into your memory and be able to use it. And one of the best ways to do that is the sponsor of today's video, which is Lingopie, which is a video on-demand platform like Netflix that allows you to interact with each episode much more through things like interactive subtitles. You can view with 1, 2, or both languages on the screen at once with mashup. You can test your pronunciation. You can store expressions as flashcards to go back and review later. And they have this free Google Chrome extension which allows you to use the power of Lingopie with Netflix TV shows, including all of the 5 on my list in today's video. So if you are a Netflix customer, you can already benefit from Lingopie's features by signing up for Lingopie via the special link down in the description of this video. They are offering kindly a free trial plus a 55% discount on a yearly subscription if you sign up via the special link down in the description or in the first comment below this video. If you're not a Netflix customer, don't worry, they have a huge library of French language TV shows, content that range from about 2 minutes long to about 45, 60 minutes long. So you'll never be bored. You'll be able to immerse yourself over and over again and have fun watching French content. So check out the special link down below for the free trial and 55% off an annual subscription to Lingopie. Let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite TV shows or movies to watch in French? What have you enjoyed watching the most? Let's create a list down below so we can all learn together. Okay, So, thank you so much for watching. Merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. Si vous voulez regarder une autre vidéo, cliquez quelque part ici maintenant. Allez, ciao ciao French Learner.